What's up, everybody? Icky Timey here, and it is coming down to the end of 2020. Congratulations, you made it. Almost. And we've been doing this little Tuesday tea time for the past, I don't know, 9, 10 months. But let me tell you something. I want to thank you for coming along on the journey with all of us, talking with all of these creatives, talking with these professionals, talking with small business owners, and just seeing how many amazing things is happening in the world around us. I'm hoping that through these months, as you've been watching along, as you've been rolling with me, that you've been able to see that there are great, beautiful, creative, and good things happening in the world still today, even among all the crazy stuff. So today is no different. We're going to have two more amazing people. These are actually guests that have been with us in the past before. So you'll recognize them if you've been following along with us. If not, and you've just joined us, welcome to Tuesday Tea Time. I'm Icky Timey, and we're going to be hanging out with Kevin Straine and Jacqueline Jewell. So before we get talking about them, I do want to mention this. If you've really been enjoying your time with us, feel free to, 1, subscribe on YouTube. Please subscribe to our channel. 2, hit that like button. 3, share this with others. And 4, keep coming back. In the new year, we're going to have some new episodes. We're going to talk to different people. And of course, we're going to be streaming as we always do. Now, this last couple weeks, I'm going to have to warn you, for some reason, our internet and the tech has been kind of dropping out on us. If it drops out this time around, don't worry. We're going to get back up into it, and we're going to roll out for our hour. So if we lose you, dude, just jump back in here. Just wait around. You'll see it coming back live, and jump in the fun, because it's a lot of fun. I know tech is kind of crazy, but this is kind of where we live in today. So welcome to Tuesday Tea Time. Now, we're going to be hanging out with these two most talented people. I know both of them are amazing people, and I'm really thankful that they're my friends who decided they would be okay with coming on here. Most of the people who come on here sacrifice, they come on. There's no big deals. There's no contracts. You're not getting anything special from me. I'm broke. It's a joke. I'm just thankful people are willing to come on. And of course, Kevin and Jax have been two of those people that I've been honored to have on here earlier this year. They're returning to share something from their newest album. Both of them are musicians. Of course, they have other things that they do for living, but music is a huge passion of theirs. Kevin Straine is the former associate chaplain over at La Sierra University. He's a musician, a vocalist, a writer, a teacher. He's a dad, he's a husband, and a very skilled guitarist. I mean, the dude is a beast. And I'm proud to say that I taught him all of it. So he owes me money if he ever takes it to the next level. And of course, Jacqueline Jewell is a serious musician. She's hilarious. She's funny. She's a great personality. But when it comes to music, she is on it like nobody's business. She's a magical pianist, a gifted vocalist. She's a phenomenal teacher. She also has a new project on the horizon. And I'm really eager to be able to talk with her about that, as well as talk with Kevin about the things they've been up to here as we close out 2020. Before we do that, I do want to take a minute to do our Say Hello campaign from the Communications Department here at Southern California Conference. If you'd like to jump in there, of course, www.sec.adventist.org/say hello. Go in there and drop in some of your info, and we would love to highlight you. Okay, so say hello to Brian Dorn. The biggest lesson that Brian has learned from God is that in his past and the things that he's been through, is to be patient and to trust the plan that God has set up for him. His advice, the advice I would give someone struggling with their faith, is to be persistent. My persistence when it comes to searching for answers that God has placed before me has helped me maintain my faith. Awesome, Brian. Thank you so much. This is going out to you. Yes, indeed, my bro, you are correct. My peoples, it's okay if you have questions. We all have questions. Just don't settle for your questions being your answers. Thanks again, B. And of course, next week we start off the new year. So jump back in here next week and start off a fresh new year with me, your guy, Icky Timey. So let's get to Kevin and Jax. Ha! What's up, Jax?
What's up, Icky?
It is good to see you here. I would say it's good to see
It's great
Kevin,
to be
but
here.
I don't see Kevin, so
I know, right?
let's
Kevin
see.
is the invisible man,
He
like
is the
98 Degrees song.
You took it to the 98-degree song. Okay, girl. Nice, nice. Let's see if we can find Kevin.
Okay.
Kevin. Let me see. Where would Kevin be? You know what? I'm gonna do this. I just hung up on him. Let's see if he calls back.
Oh, okay. I think he
uh,
will.
let's hope so. I mean, look, there he is right now, ringing at the door. Hello?
Okay.
Who is it? It's Kevin. Hi, Kevin.
It's
Hi,
Kevin.
can you hear me?
Yeah, we can
Hey,
hear you, bro.
Kevin.
Oh, snap. What happened?
Yeah, well, it doesn't matter. You're on with us now, bro. And you
Oh,
look
thank
great,
the
dude.
good Lord. You're very kind.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you're joining us at Tuesday Tea Time, this is the last Tuesday Tea Time of the year, and it's my privilege to hang out with these two amazing artists as they close us out in the 2020 season. You two great, amazing human beings. Tell me, what are you drinking?
Oh. Jack, what are you drinking?
Kevin. I'm drinking good old H2O in my Hawaii water bottle that I brought last time. I'm consistent. I'm predictable.
Representing Hawaii, baby. Good job. Yeah.
I was
Yeah.
going to go water too, but I remembered my kids have juice boxes in the fridge. I don't know if you can see them. Honest juice. It's apple juice. Tastes pretty good.
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Here
Yes.
for it.
Bro,
Yes.
that's fantastic, you know. I mean, when I looked at that picture that I sent out to people in the graphics, Kevin looked like this like real like, you know, on it kind of musician. Then he pops on here with an honest apple juice. That's what I'm talking about,
Yeah.
Kev.
That's the way to roll, man. Just
That's
here in my garage with the honest apple juice.
even in the garage, baby. Sweet. That's actually where my studio is too when I'm not here in the office. Jax, what about
Nice.
you?
You guys are
Where's your
legit.
studio at?
It's in my apartment right here, just in my living room.
And is
You
that where
know,
most of the magic
honest
happens?
beginnings. Yes. Here or in the shower as I'm like, oh, there's an idea. I need to record that really quick. There it
Right on. Right on. Oh man. Where the great things happen. Do either of you
That's right. Well,
No, go,
go ahead.
Jackie. Go, girl.
No, one time it happened when I was taking care of a patient and I heard the monitor going off like in an A flat. So all night I was like, oh, that's a song called Heartbeat. So I wrote a song called Heartbeat. He was in tachycardia, but he's okay now.
Oh, really?
Good.
I digress.
So, do either of you sleep with a pad and pencil near your bedside? Do you do that? Is that a thing for you?
No, that would stab me. So, not about
Not
that.
not in the bed with you, Kevin. Like,
Oh.
you know, on the side little table next to you, bro.
That's what phones are for, bro.
True. Oh, true.
I use my little phone app.
Yeah, I'm with Kevin.
So neither of you actually use pencil much anymore.
No.
No, I used to.
We're not as old
used
as you
to,
are,
but,
Icky, so it's a new world we're living in. Where
Ladies
you
and
can
gentlemen.
do things on your phone. It's amazing. Just check it out.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. I'm on here with Jacqueline Jewell, amazing musician, and the hater, Kevin Straine himself.
Hey man, I'm representing. I'm repping one house.
Oh, Josie's on. Josie, what's up, Josie? Thanks for joining us, Josie. She says, I want to hear
Pastor
the song
Josie.
Heartbeat. Are you near your piano? Hey, you know what, Josie?
Oh,
Go ahead, Jack. Give us a. Do you have it?
I mean, I mean, it started off like this. So I heard this. I'll just play the piano interlude. Because I heard that all night long, right? It was like the perfect fifth interval, right, Kevin? It was a perfect
Exactly.
fifth interval. And I'm like, dude, you could make this a song. And it is actually a full legit song.
That's amazing. And so you wrote a whole song from that?
I did.
Wow. Hey, Kev, I'm gonna keep you muted until the vacuum that's going through your feet right now is done, or the trash.
Oh, should I have turned that off?
There, it's quiet again. It's quiet again.
Oh,
So
surprise, surprise.
I really am interested. What is? Can you share some of the lyrics from that?
Yes, and okay, if you don't see me, it's because I'm pulling it up from my place where I didn't write it down with a number two pencil.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Um,
Yep.
You know
Wait, can I?
what? Young people do that these days, Kevin. All right, they use pencils and they write.
Wow. It's news to me.
It's
Oh
because you're old.
man.
I'm old.
Yes.
I don't know, homie. All I see is gray on your chin.
So
Let's die. Go ahead, Jax.
I'm just pulling up right now so that I can share it with you guys because I didn't memorize it for this moment. But here it is. Can y'all see me?
Yep. Oh, but now we can't hear you. Oh no. Just when you were about to break down the beats for us, Jax, just when you were about to do it, we were looking forward to those lyrics. I'm gonna hang up on you.
This makes me feel so good that I'm not the only one that has technical issues. I'm
Yeah,
so grateful.
True.
What was the perfect fifth? Or was it? Was that it? I don't remember.
That sounds pretty close. Jackie, I'm gonna hang up
Nope.
on you so you can call back and get your mute off. Here we go. Ready? For the rest
Boom.
of our hour, I'm just gonna be hanging up on these two back and forth.
I think it's like a power move. You're like, you know what? I don't feel like you. I like what you have to say. I'm gonna hang up on you. Just come back when you're ready.
What? You called me old? Hang up.
Beep.
Hey, Annie, welcome on. They use pencils because their old teachers forced them to. Ooh, good point, Annie.
Just for
from
the record,
Cambodia.
I'm not the person who introduced the word "old" into this conversation.
You were definitely that guy, Kevin.
I believe I said ancient, but whatever.
You're such a hater, bro. While we're waiting
So wait,
for Jack,
I didn't know.
Yeah,
I didn't
go.
know Jackie and I were both tea time two timers.
Yeah. Jackie
Tea time,
came on
two-timers.
earlier, and we talked about music and her album.
Can we get that on a
she was
hat or
releasing.
something?
Maybe.
Okay.
Now, Jackie,
good.
you hadn't actually dropped your album yet last time we spoke, right?
No,
hadn't
I
released-
haven't because
no,
COVID put a strain on that. Sorry, I don't mean to take your name in vain, Kevin. But like it put a damper.
You're not the
on it.
first. You're not the first.
Yeah, so it was kind of a yeah. I wanted to release it in December, but it's all right. There's gonna be a new release date, whatever that is.
So it actually hasn't been released yet.
No, but I've been like, giving sneak peek of songs like on IG, on Facebook, or even on YouTube as well. So hopefully we'll see what happens with the timing with COVID.
Phenomenal. And Kev, you too? Now, what was your most recent album that you just dropped, Kev?
So I did every year. I made it a point last year to do a Christmas album, and basically, it's a really low budget affair. Just me, a couple familiar tunes, and my acoustic guitar for the most part, maybe a little electric guitar. But basically, I wanted to do it because my kids are super into Christmas time, and I wanted to have something for them to enjoy that came from me. And they were asking me about it. My wife was asking me about it, and I was like, "How hard could it be? Christmas music is really difficult." I was surprised. So I did this thing. I went into the church to get some quiet time. La Sierra University Church, my home church. They let me in the building, and I recorded 5 songs, or was it 6, last year, and released it. And then I did the same thing this year as well. And so there's 2 versions. It's hashtag Christmas. Thank you, Dr. Ross Pender, who suggested hashtag Christmas, because he said, because anytime anyone looks for hashtag Christmas, your album's going to be in the mix. And I was like, oh, that's genius. So last year was hashtag Christmas Volume 1. This year, hashtag Christmas Volume 2. And next year, it's going to be Volume 3. I think I'm going to try some originals. I'm not sure. Some Christmas originals.
These ones that you've worked on already, were they originals?
No, there were mainly what is it called, public domain, because I didn't want to have to pay anyone royalties. But I did do one Pastor Chris Oberg at La Sierra University Church suggested that I do this song called Peace on Earth and for church. And it came out so well. There's a video on the La Sierra University Church's Facebook page you can check out. But it went so well that I just decided to put that song on the record. And I didn't make it available for download. You can stream it. But when you do that, the streaming companies take care of the royalties. So it was a really great sentiment. Let there be peace on earth and let it begin with me. And I really like that a lot.
Yeah, sweet. Cool. Bro, I actually heard it. I loved it, man. Kudos
Thanks,
to you.
Man.
Great work on that. Jax, I actually, by the way, just before I asked for those lyrics that you looked up for us, Jackie, Josie asked, she said, you might as well sing a snippet. And guess what, Josie? Today's your lucky day because both of these human beings are going to give us a full-on song in a little bit here. So stick with us.
Is that why you had me bring this?
Yeah, there it is. The magic. The magic.
Makes so much sense now.
No, I had you bring that in case that the blower man comes back. You hit him with it and tell him, quiet down. We're doing a stream right now.
That wouldn't be very nice to him.
Well, then say Merry Christmas afterwards. Now, Jackie, would you share some of those lyrics with us?
Yeah. So again, the backstory, my patient had a high heartbeat. And it was just, things were just going crazy. So my lyrics is, in my heart, I know you're listening. In my heart, I need your grace. In my heart, I need your power that can change me so I can see you face to face. So that's the first verse.
Wow.
In my heart, I feel your presence. There's no limit to your love. Let all creation that is higher than the heavens give thanks and praise to you above. Yeah, so that was inspired by that night. And like I said, he pulled through, so.
Wow, that is awesome. So I on the down low stalk you a little bit, Jackie. I love your music. I do that to all my peoples that I love. And I find that in your music, there's always this underlying subtle in the background, if not outright, sense of hope in your music. Whether it's through the notes that you compose or through the lyrics. Can you tell us why? Why is that? Where does that come from, girl?
I think, that comes first and foremost from my family, because we're Filipino and we're naturally happy, I would hope. We're always laughing. No matter what happens, even if things seem bleak or like you're in despair, there's always hope at the end of the day. So I would attribute that to my upbringing. And I can't leave without telling people that, it doesn't end here. Nice.
Kev, your this newest project, this music project you're working on, it was based on your kids?
Well, yeah, because they wanted Christmas music. They were into it. My wife said, why don't you release a Christmas record? And that way, after a couple of years, I'm going to have a pretty deep Christmas catalog. And it's just kind of, sit around by the campfire, sit around the living room at home sort of music, hopefully that comforts and that speaks to a place we're definitely not in right now, but, a place where we can gather as family and just sing songs together and stuff like that. So a lot of it's, just acoustic guitar, a little jazzy, a little poppy, a little fun Christmas tunes that I've done. And if you want to check out the 2 records and a lot of Christmas music that I really enjoy, I've put together a playlist on Tidal and Spotify, and they're called the #Christmas playlist. You can check them out. Go to my website. And
what's your website?
Part of my account. My website is kevinstraine.com, and from there you can see my my Tidal and Spotify links up there. They're little icons that you can click on, and you can see my playlist that I've created. Go check them out.
Sweet. Jax, what's your website? Because you have one up too.
It's my name, JacquelineJewell.com, and basically everything is there: Apple Music, Spotify, Amazon. And hopefully the next album will be in there as well, Wounded Healer. So
yes,
just my name.
Yes. Nice, very nice. So Kevin, you happen to be the kind of person that writes from your heart, and you've spoken in the past about social issues. You continue to be really thoughtful about these things. Do you Have you sat down, because your kids are pretty young, but have you sat down with your kids and talked about your music, even the Christmas albums? Have you guys had conversations, and how have they responded to it?
You know, they've responded really well. Uh, my oldest child, his name's Cooper, and he found out from some kids that a certain red-clad visitor was not real, and he started to question these things, and so having a little brother who's a big believer. My son Milo loves the Polar Express.
Oh
He
yeah.
loves that story. He loves the magic of Christmas. And, instead of ruining it for his little brother, like I think so many siblings do unintentionally and not unintentionally and intentionally sometimes, which is unfortunate. We talked to Cooper and we said, hey, you're right. This is what the real deal is. But, that doesn't mean that we have to ruin things for little kids who, are really immersed in the magic of the season. And we talk about what the real reason for the season is, the Advent. And we talk about these things together in a way that doesn't guilt or shame anybody in what they believe in or how they practice. And I think that's really important because Christmas can be such an amazing season, whether or not you participate in a secularized manner or whether you participate in a religious manner. In fact, I think of the theologian Walter Brueggemann when he says, the cross meets us at the intersection of the secular and the sacred. And I think that's a really powerful thing. And once you start saying, this is right or this is wrong, then you get into a really, not cool situation. And I think we've really navigated that well with our kids.
Awesome. My kids have known
great.
forever, by the way, that Santa's not real. Out of the out of simple fact that I can't give nobody credit for the money I spend getting you jumped. All right, you're not. There's no chunky white man coming down this chimney. This is my earned money. You thank
it's
me.
My cookies.
It's not
and
my cookies.
milk.
You cook them for me, I'ma eat them. Punks. So Mike, I always feel bad when we go in public because I'm like, please don't break any other child's heart. Please don't. No. I don't want you like hurt nobody's feelings. But
Just have your kids read Walter Brueggemann and it'll be okay.
Yeah. Jackie, do you do Christmas music as well?
Oh yeah, actually, man, no, Christmas is my favorite time of the year. And Kevin, I love that. Yes, I love what you just shared, Kevin. But yeah, Christmas, I feel like not for everybody, but for most people, it does bring a sense of hope and gladness to the masses. So I love Christmas music. In fact,
it's the most wonderful time of the year.
It is.
This is God's way of paying me back because my family calls me the Scrooge. They're like,
Are you serious?
he's such
Are
a
you
Grinch.
Grinch?
Listen, let's not get into this conversation. This is for another Tuesday tea time. I need counseling is what I need. But look it. There's a little Christmas tree here. You see that? Come on. There's
There you
Christmas
go.
lights.
Okay.
It's barely there.
Hey, this is actually the Christmas tree from our house. That's the actual size. Oh man, no.
Is it really the
I
happiest
did.
season of all, Icky? Is it really the happiest?
I love Christmas. Let's move on, everybody.
All right.
Let's keep pushing forward. Okay, Jax, tell me, have you ever worked on a Christmas project, and what did it consist of?
Well, I used to play for like different kinds of churches since I was 12. So I did a lot of like cantatas. Yeah, but mostly as an organist. Isn't that crazy?
As an organist? A 12-year-old organist?
Yes.
That's
Yeah,
tough.
I know. I had the opportunity to go to Europe to study as an organist, but I could not see myself as an organist for life. No offense to organists, I love you guys. but I would just be messing around on the organ playing stuff like this. So my mind was elsewhere.
Right.
But yes, I've worked on different projects like Christmas cantatas, all the traditional Christmas carols, that sort of thing.
Wow,
Yes.
interesting. Okay. So,
Yeah.
what was the earliest age that you were at when you picked up an instrument?
Me.
Yeah.
3.5. That's when I
Boom!
started playing the piano.
Dang! Wow.
Yeah.
3.5.
Yeah, 3.5. I can't actually imagine life without music. It's weird.
Mm,
It's just a surreal thought in my brain. I don't know, Kevin, if you can relate with that, but yeah.
Nope.
wow. Kevin Hall.
Well, I guess no. You know what? You know what? Part of that rings true. My mom was a vocalist in the Heritage Singers, and so growing up, we were always singing.
Humble brag.
Um,
Hmm.
but yeah, no big deal.
No big deal.
So so the singing was always there in the family, but I didn't pick up guitar until I got to high school. Actually,
Oh,
Really?
right.
yeah.
I didn't know that. Kevin and I, Kevin became a roommate of mine, but we've been friends forever. And everywhere we went, Kevin seemed to always have been accompanied by his guitar. And so I just always figured, Kev, you've been playing that thing since birth. Like instead of a
No,
rattler,
not at
they
all.
handed you a little ukulele.
Although Icky's being a little facetious when he says, Kevin just happened to have his guitar around. Icky would always tell me, "Bring your guitar wherever we go."
That's true.
And
I
then
always needed
where,
a guitar player. That's very
and then
true.
wherever we went, Icky would be like, if too much attention was on him, he'd be like, "Hey, this guy plays guitar over here. Hey, bring him over here."
No,
Tag
That's the
team.
way I remember it.
I always told Kevin to bring his guitar because he was amazing at it and because I always needed a praise leader wherever we went. And so it just happened to work out just fine.
Icky's like, "I don't have money, but I can feed you afterwards."
I always fed people. That was
Like
my
sold.
thing.
That
So
worked. That worked.
Jax, when you are writing, when you're composing, when you're creating, what do you hope the listener will experience, especially this most recent album that you put out, right? What do you hope when
Right.
they're hearing this? What do you hope that they get?
That, well, you always write from a place from your own perspective, right? Your own personal journey when it comes to relationships or life experiences or whatever it may be. But I would hope that the listener could relate to whatever I'm conveying. For example, my dog just died a couple of
Oh,
weeks ago.
ouch.
Oh, and we've had him for 12 years, but it's so crazy the bond that you have, right, with your pets. And I think a lot of people can relate with that. They're your family. Um, but writing about life experiences, everyday life experiences, I hope the listener can relate to it. I'm
Mm.
going to share that song later on, actually.
Yeah,
So it's
we're
not
looking
just about
forward
my
to that.
dog.
We are
Yeah.
definitely looking forward to that. My friends, if you are just joining us right now, welcome on to Tuesday Tea Time. I'm hanging out with Jacqueline Jewell and Kevin Straine, and we're going to be listening to some good stuff that they've created. So you're not going to want to miss out on this. We will do that just a little bit later down in our hour here. We've actually almost burned through half an hour already. But I do want to get to a couple other things. And we're going to talk about our hack really soon, our tips. During this COVID season, we've had to do a lot of social distancing, and we've come in and out of strict regulations on how to come out into public. Has that created any kind of unique challenges for you two as musicians, as you're creating music, as you're gigging, as you're teaching? I know that, Kevin, are you still teaching music?
Yeah, I have one student that I teach in the community
Mm.
now that we just kind of took up lessons recently. And so we teach over Zoom. I'm also helping a student learn some recording techniques and learning their technology and how to use that. So I do that. But really, COVID has decimated the music industry. I know people who have flown back home to other countries just because there's no work to be had in Los Angeles, and it's a real tragedy what's happening here. And I think probably most musicians have sort of resigned to the idea, or they've kind of taken the idea that we're just gonna have to wait, and we're gonna have to go underground, whatever that means. If it means doing concerts online, if it means writing music, if it means getting better at my instrument, whatever that is, we just have to wait until we can go back in public again and whether things are safe. And so the music industry has been really hit hard But I knew that my church needed content as soon as we locked down. So I told my church, and I'd been maybe participating maybe once every other month or every 6 weeks or something like that in the church service, because you want to be with family and you want to be participatory, but you don't want to think, it's all about you or put too much time into it, where it might impede on other priorities that you have. And so when we went into lockdown and they needed people who had experience with media and recording and things like that, I told them I'm happy to help out every week if that's what it takes, because the church priority for music was to have something really good online that people felt was excellence in music, but also worshipful.
Right.
And I was happy to help out in that regard.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. What about you, Jax? I mean, because you gig a lot, you've got a lot of performances. How has it affected your ability to do music?
I mean, like Kevin said, it's impacted the music business and the music industry. But it's funny. I actually started teaching online 2014, and people back then, they were like, "That'll never work. Who would teach online? How would your students learn?" Well, fast forward to 2020. It's not like I've changed that up. You know what I mean?
Right.
So
right.
that's the same, but in terms of concerts and whatnot, quite a few events have been canceled this year. But that's all right. Like Kevin says, it's a time to work on your craft, to write more. I have more songs for an album after this one, so I've been writing more. I've been connecting with more musicians, networking, all that jazz. So yeah, that's how I've been coping with it.
Okay, so from both of you guys here, I want you to give me one positive thing that's happened since COVID has started up as a musician. Anything positive?
Go ahead, Kevin.
I was like, nothing.
I have no lead time to think about this.
I know, right?
The only positive thing is it's almost over.
We laugh and we joke, but I know there's a lot of musicians hurting out there,
Mm-hmm.
And so my heart really goes out for them, because for the lifers, the people who this is all they do is gig, that's done now. And so it's really hard to think of a positive thing that's to come of this, because so much negativity has happened. I guess for me personally, I got laid off from being associate chaplain at the end of June. And fortunately, it's given me more space to think about music, what God wants for me to do in the future. I've thought about that, and I thought about, taking a journey into consuming different styles of music. Things I normally wouldn't be listening to have kind of popped up on my feed, and I've delved into that. Also, because I was working so hard for La Sierra University, I didn't have time to really promote my last album. So now, every Wednesday, except I took the last 3 Wednesdays off, but every Wednesday I've been doing Insta Mini concerts, #Insta Mini concert on Instagram. And I'll do like a little bite-sized concert, 20 minutes, 3 or 4 songs. And I'll do that. And it's been actually, after doing those for a couple weeks, it was really interesting to see that performance muscle, not just the singing muscle, but the performance muscle, and doing it all together and doing it in front of, 2, 3, up to 11 people on my Instagram. Interesting to see how that develops and how quickly that sort of performance muscle comes back. It was really interesting.
Wow. Very good, man. Very good. Jax, what about you? Anything positive that's come out of this time? Because you're a nurse as well, so you've got to you're like double slam, man.
I know. I've worked as a hospice nurse this year, a med surg nurse, and I'm recently got hired to be a pediatric nurse. So I start that in a couple weeks as well. But one positive thing, I think this year is actually teaching me a lot about myself and my connection with God. It's forced me to be in a space where I'm used to being busy all the time, or traveling here or traveling there or whatever. And not being able to travel has really forced me to be still. Right. And just to look within and be like, okay, God, there are areas in my life where I know you've been speaking to me for a while and I haven't been addressing it. So I think the positive thing about this year in that respect is that time to really connect with God.
Wow, so good. Yeah, it's forced me to contemplate how much I love Hawaii, how much I love it. Praise the Lord. One day soon we shall all be able to
Yes,
go back to the
I
promised
live
land.
for that dream.
Mele Kalikimaka is a thing to say. Although you don't like this season, so
No,
whatever.
thanks a lot, Kevin. I was thinking more of the,
There
we're
we go.
we're going to Zion. That's what I was thinking. But whatever, whatever. Okay, my friends. So we're gonna do a 3-2-1 hack here with our amazing guest. By the way, welcome on to Tuesday Tea Time. I'm hanging out with Jacqueline Jewell and Kevin Straine, both amazing musicians and artists and human beings in this world. We're gonna do the 3-2-1 hack time. So if you're ready for a 3-2-1 hack, get your pencil out, or like Kevin would say, pull your phone out and ready to write some notes in here to make you a better person in 3 areas. The first area we're going to look at is how to be able to improve your playtime on your instrument. For Kevin, that will be the guitar. So he's going to talk about how to improve your guitar playing. 3 tips that you can do to improve your guitar playing immediately. And then I'm going to ask Jax to weigh in because she's a amazing pianist, or organ, or the accordion, or whatever other instrument you want to talk about, Jax. Then we're going to do 2 hacks, 2 tips on how to get healthy, how to live a healthier life, and get your health in control in the new year. Jax will take those 2 on, and Kevin will go ahead and lean in and feel free to drop his 2 cents on that. And then finally, we're going to do 1 tip on how to be a good neighbor, a biblical good neighbor, okay? So let's go ahead and kick it off with Kev. Kev, are you ready to go? Give us 3 tips on how someone could improve their guitar playing.
Absolutely. I think being a musician, in my case, being a guitar player, is all about using your ears. So what you want to do is be open to the music that you have derided or that you've not liked in the past. Be open to it. I used to be a person that always says, I don't like hip hop. I don't like country. I don't listen to those, but I like rock and blues and all that stuff. It wasn't until I actually spent time with those genres of music that I found out there's really great things in hip hop and in country music to like a lot. So be open to listening. That's what I want you to know. Open to listening music you don't necessarily like, or you think you don't like because you haven't spent time with. Number 2, always have the guitar in hand. Always have in hand. Whether or not you're watching TV, whether or not you're hanging out with friends, you can always be playing the 3 chords that you know, or playing a little ditty, whatever it is. Just always have it in hand. You don't necessarily have to have a very strict practice regimen, but as long as you have it in hand and you're thinking about it, that's even beneficial on its own.
Nice.
And so finally, you want a 3rd hack for guitar players?
Yeah, and John wants to hear you rap, Kevin.
Ooh,
I didn't say I could do it.
Can you rap your last tip for us?
Absolutely not. No, that is a high art form I have no business being involved in.
Got you.
So the 3rd tip is this. As a guitar player, you have to consciously decide what you want to sound like. So that kind of ties into your first tip, which is listen to music you may not necessarily like. But secondly, listen to guitar players that you do like and think to yourself, oh, that's kind of how I want to sound. You can't just, pursue life with an instrument and not have any guiding lights. You need to have something to show you this is what's possible. This is what I like to do, but also have something to reach for as well. This is what I can't do now, but I really want to practice for. And, other guitar players are going to show you the way.
Nice.
So I think
give us 3 quick artists that you look up to that inspires your playing. Besides me, don't mention me. Listen, we're talking about other artists.
I was going to say present company included. Did they have to be alive or dead? Or
No.
Dead? I don't know.
Just three musicians that they inspire you.
Okay, B.B. King, King of the Blues,
Yeah.
amazing tone and feel. I actually got to see him one time in San Diego. Fantastic, fantastic guitar player. Jimi Hendrix really blew the guitar world wide open with his playing. I don't condone any of his personal habits, but his guitar playing is phenomenal. I mean, people just didn't think like that before Jimi Hendrix. So he blew the door open there. And then I would have to say, you know, if you're really into a guitar player who's really dynamic and fun to watch, his name is Greg Koch, 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 I think Koch. And he actually does Facebook Lives all the time. So go subscribe to him now. He has an amazing mix of rock and country, and he's just an amazing guitar player. And he's a lot of fun to watch on his live streams. He does them, I think, every couple days. He's fantastic.
Wow. Right on. Jax, what about you? You got a couple of tips you want to drop in there for us as well to become a better musician?
Oh, better music. Well, I think what Kevin said was great, but yeah, listening is huge. Actually, and also copying people who you admire. I mean, when you're, you know, say, I don't know, who's an artist that you like, Icky?
John Legend.
Oh, okay. What's the song that he does? Oh, All of Me, right?
Oh, yeah.
Just like playing songs that relate to you personally, and then sitting down and be like, oh, I like John Legend's song. Let me play one of his songs right now. You know? Anyways, copying your idol artist, I should say. Let's see what else. And just doing it every day. Consistency is key.
Wow.
Yeah.
To better yourself as a musician. Pun intended.
All right. Now let's go to the 2 tips now. Jax, if you're ready to give us 2 tips on how to get your health in control in the new year. I'm asking you this because you've got this new thing going on. Can you just pause and tell us a little bit about this new project you've been up to before we give those 2 tips?
You know, wellness is a state of everything that you are, right? Emotional, spiritual, physical, everything is connected, what you do. And I'm really passionate about helping people live their best life. And so I've been on a journey, and ever since 2017, I think I've dropped close to 20 pounds since then.
Congratulations.
Yeah, right? But I'll just say, whatever stage you're in, you know, it's more to love. Like, even back then, I was like, I'm good. But then, like, in hindsight, I was like, oh, there were things I was struggling with. So I'm always seeking to improve and be like, okay, I could do better in this area. But 2 tips I could share. It might be a small thing, but when you wake up in the morning, make your bed, right? Get up and make your bed. That might sound a little strange, but there's something about creating habits and doing it every day that provides stability to a person. I don't know if that makes sense or if y'all agree with me, but get up and make your bed. It makes a world of a difference whether you believe it or not.
I've actually heard that before. That's good. That's good.
Right. And then another thing I would say is drink your water every day, because it just, water is life, right? And it cleanses all the toxins in your body. So half of your body weight in ounces is the goal.
Half of my body weight in ounces?
Yep.
I'm going to drown and die. Kev, you got something to add to that?
Yeah, talk about all of me, right?
Right.
I don't know if you see the chat, but my wife is a huge fan of making the bed in the morning. And so she says, "Oh, yes, please," in the chat. She loves that.
She may have put that up there for you rapping, Kevin.
I know. That could have been it too. But no, I'm pretty sure it's because I roll out of bed every day and get to the day.
Right.
And she's like, "Oh, it's so much better when you have a made bed." I'm starting to believe her.
True.
I'm starting to believe her.
She's a good woman. She's smart. Trust her.
Awesome.
She sure is. Yeah. She's a doctor. I trust her.
Yeah, you should.
Hey.
You should. She said both.
Who knew?
Okay, so Kev, do you want to add something to that? Being somebody who has to deal with kids, because kids are a handful during this season. You love them, but you're with them all the time. And so, carving out personal time, mental health, all of that. Do you have any suggestions that you would share with all of us?
Oh, I love being with my kids at all times. I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, the
Oh,
truth is not in him,
hey.
said the word.
No, you know what? You know what's really good? Whether you're by yourself and you need that alone time for sure.
Yeah.
Whether you're alone or whether you have kids, is exercise. And it doesn't have to be a whole regimen. Like I said, same thing with guitar. It doesn't have to be a strict regimen.
Yeah.
It just could mean a mile walk around your neighborhood. And honestly, that does the world for you. I've talked to so many doctor friends who are like, the best advice I can give mostly anyone is diet and exercise. That's what you need. That's what every human being needs. I believe it.
Right on. Right on. All right, my lovelies. Let's go to our last one here. The last one is give us one tip on how to be a good neighbor. Now, if you've been watching up to this point, pay attention because I think this is imperative. This is pinnacle talk here about what it means to be a faithful and amazing Christian in this world. So there's so many things that you could identify to be your Christian fundamental pillar, but this should be it right here, and this is important. And so, and not to put this kind of pressure on you too, but if you get it wrong, someone is just not going to be able to make it through the. No, I'm just playing. But seriously,
And hang up on someone else.
yeah, yes,
I know,
I'm gonna ready. I'm gonna hang up on you. Don't say it wrong.
Bye.
Yeah. No, but seriously, to be a good neighbor, to love others, to take care of people. This is what we've been called to do. This is what the community of God is supposed to do well, among all other things. So, could you both give us one tip each on how to be a good neighbor, especially during this season? I'm going to start with Jackie because
All right.
I start with Kevin a lot. And I want to give him time. Okay, go ahead, Jax.
Well, for me, being a good neighbor, so during concerts, I would usually say people need 14 hugs a day, right? For a functioning, healthy human being, studies show that you need 14 hugs a day. But in this COVID pandemic, we can't do that. So what does a hug look like? FaceTime a friend, call someone you haven't talked to in a while, or just shoot them a text, say, I'm thinking of you, I love you, hope all is well. Even those little things mean a lot to people.
Ooh. Oh, so good, so good. Even more now because we can't be together. Wow. Good.
Yes, exactly.
All right, Kevin. I don't know how you're going to top that, bro. So we're just going to hang up on you now.
Okay, thanks.
No. Just before you share, Chucky's Grubs, that's my dude right here. He said shoveling snow for someone else. Bam, baby. Now we are in California, so there's a
Not
lot
in
of
Cali.
Yeah, shovel sand out of somebody's driveway or whatever you got to do. But absolutely. By the way, we've got to get him on. I don't know if you guys ever check out Chucky's Grubs, man. They make some good delicacies, man. Really good pastries.
Awesome.
Nice.
All right, Kev, give it to us, bro.
I'm a big fan of what Jacqueline said, is checking up on people and listening to them. I think for people that don't have, nuclear families built in right now, especially during this time, just listening to their stories and sharing a conversation can be great. So that's Jacqueline's. I'm not going to take that from her, but I'm a really big fan of that.
Yeah.
One thing my family does each Christmas is we make like a treat, a baked good, and we give it to all of our neighbors on our street.
Really?
Nice.
Yeah, just 92505 Icky, just local. We don't do it outside of that. So this year we bought something that was COVID approved, something we didn't make personally ourselves, something that had been prepackaged, which is not always the way to go, but we live in a strange time,
Yeah.
So we bought something and we brought it around to all our neighbors, and just to show them some love and say hi and happy holidays. And I think that's something you can do too. It doesn't have to be super expensive. But as long as they know it's from the heart, it's really important.
Ah, so good, so good.
Awesome.
So from Jax, you said being intentional about connecting with people.
Yes.
And Kevin, you said go out of your way, and you gave something more practical. You said just doesn't have to be expensive, but get something for people, get stuff for them.
It could be a handwritten note. People, some people enjoy
that's
that.
actually really beautiful.
With a pencil.
Actually. with a pencil. That's my
No,
girl.
no,
Hello.
no. I do a
No?
pen. Okay?
Careful, Kevin.
Oh,
Kevin.
Okay.
So there you guys go. There's your 3, 2, 1 hacks for 2020. Fantastic. Thank you
Wow,
so
we
much
made
to
it.
these two. You did, and you made it really good. Okay, we're gonna push forward because we're actually coming out to closer to the end of our time. Kev, tell us about the song you're gonna share with us today, and then the time is yours. Play it out for us, and then we'll move over to Jax.
Yeah. So this closes out the first hour. So we got what, 3, 4 more
We
to
got
go?
like 7, 8 more hours,
Oh,
man.
hey.
Okay, that's what I thought. All right, that's
All
good.
day long.
This is like one of those 24-hour telethons, man. Just send your money in. Send your money
Exactly.
in. Yeah.
So
The
okay,
number.
this is a song from #Christmas Volume 2 that just came out this year, and this is a classic hymn everyone knows. Go Tell It on the Mountain. This one's done in a bluesier style because that's, those are my formative listening roots. Obviously, I name checked B.B. King and Jimi Hendrix, and even though Hendrix is primarily known for being a rock guitar player, he had a strong basis in the blues. So this is a little bit bluesy, but everybody knows this song, and I'll do a little bit of it for you now. Go tell it on the mountain, over the hills and everywhere. Go tell it on the mountain that Jesus Christ was born. While shepherds kept their watching, or silent flocks by night, behold, throughout the heavens there shone a holy light. Go tell it on the mountain, over the hill and everywhere. Go tell it on the mountain, oh, that Jesus Christ is born. Now the shepherds feared and trembled, when low above the earth, rang out the angel chorus, proclaiming the Savior's birth. Yeah, go tell it on the mountain,
Get it, boy.
over the hills and everywhere. Go tell it on the mountain that Jesus Christ is born. Go tell it on the mountain. Oh, go tell it that Jesus Christ is born. Yeah. Oh, go tell it on the mountain, over the hills and everywhere. Go tell it on the mountain that Jesus Christ is born. That Jesus Christ is born. That Jesus Christ is
Yeah.
Yes.
Too good. Got the chills,
Oh,
baby. Got the
awesome.
chills.
That
Oh.
groove
Don't hurt yourself.
pocket.
Yeah. Oh, so good. So good. Sometimes Kevin's mouth, I just get sick of it. But then he sings, and I'm like, all is well again. No, but seriously.
Well, Merry Christmas.
Kevin.
Happy New Year.
Oh, that was gorgeous. And that run, oh, man, too good. Too good, bro. Thank you.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, definitely legit, John. Definitely. So, Jax, tell us about what you're going to share with us and where it comes from, the inspiration. And is this something that yours original?
Yeah, I just wrote this. I mentioned earlier in the broadcast that my dog passed away.
Yeah.
And so it sparked a song. This was written, let me just see here, December 7th. And I have never performed it until now. So excuse the little, this is raw. This is the raw deal that you guys are getting. But it's called Fly With Me. And I was just envisioning, even like with people or with pets or just, your loved ones, I was thinking about 2020 of hope and seeing our loved ones once again. So this song requires a big gospel choir in the back.
Woo.
And you guys will see in the background. So you guys are my gospel choir. All right. So you'll see the middle part requires the gospel choir. But anyways, it's called Fly With Me. And Kevin, we need percussion, but I know there's a lag. But anyways, we'll do our best here.
Kevin's gonna rap at the end for you.
Oh, heaven help us.
Okay, so here it goes.
Did I get cut off? I'm sorry.
No, we can hear you, but your sound went a little sideways on us.
Because my AirPods just died.
Did they? That's all right.
Which I actually charged before being on this broadcast. I'm sorry, this is so unprofessional, y'all.
I was grooving for a second. Yeah, let's go.
Is it sound good?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Somewhere down the road where the waters flow, I will see you. Where the memories last, not just in the past, shining light through. When I open my eyes, forever no more goodbyes. Why don't you fly with me? Fly away with me to a place where we will be free. Won't you fly away with me? Time to see the sun. There's no need to run. Jesus loves you. No one questions us. Everything they've asked. Every word is true. Take a look around. You'll be safe and sound. Why don't you fly with me? Fly away with me to a place where we won't be free. Won't you fly away with me? Here's a choir, ready?
Ooh.
Fly, fly, fly. Why don't you fly? Why don't you fly, fly, fly? Why don't you fly, fly, fly? And then I come in and say, I fly away.
Oh yeah, I like that.
I fly away. When I rise, hallelujah, by and by, I fly away. And then everyone. Fly, fly, fly. Why don't you fly with me? Why don't you fly, fly, fly? Why don't you fly with me?
Yo, you all just heard it right here, first time, public news right there, baby.
No, that's so raw without anything else.
Yo, and even without your sound, yo, you still came through like a champ, man. That was, oh yeah.
What just happened?
Oh, that was good. That was good. If you were able to catch that, we've been hanging out with Kevin Straine and Jacqueline Jewell right here. You've heard two pieces that they've done from. Actually, one of them is brand spanking new as of early December, and then the other one was from Kevin's actual. This was #Christmas 2.
Yeah.
Where can we find your music, my friends, for people who are watching along?
Wherever you can stream it.
Yes. True. That's the same for you too, right, Jax?
Yeah, wherever. Amazon, Spotify, Apple Music, wherever. all social media platforms.
I'm actually going to give some of your music away today because I love your stuff, and we've been doing December giveaways. Now, Jacqueline's last album actually is completely sold out, and so I don't know when you'll be getting that.
Copies. No,
They are-
physical copies are sold out.
Yeah, the
Yes.
physical copies are sold out, but the digital copies you can get your hands on. And Kevin only does his stuff in digital copies because he thinks that he doesn't want to put out CDs anymore or any physical copies.
Well, and who buys them? I don't know.
No. So this is what we're gonna do at the end of
I
today.
got a whole bunch of boxes filled with CDs in my attic. If you buy them off me, I'll give you to them for $1. $1 per CD. You'd still owe me like $2,500.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. And by the way, you should know I'm never gonna pay you for that either. So, yeah, that's how we roll. So we're gonna give away two of their albums, one from each artist here today at the very end, which we're coming up to right now. Actually, it is 5:00 right at the very end. So what we're gonna do is this is how we're going to do it. I'm going to invite you to drop a comment like in 10 seconds into our comment box, and then I'm just going to start threading it. And then Jax and Kevin, you're welcome to pick one of those people, all right? This is kind of a fun game. So while you're watching along right now, just go ahead and drop a comment, and then as the comments come up, these two can pick someone from there. By the way, I think I put this up, but John said, I felt unspoken vibes in that song.
Hey, I love Unspoken.
They don't talk very much. It's good.
Yeah, no words.
Josie said, pick me. Ruby Menendez, she said it was fire. That was fire. John said it was legit. Annie, by the way, is watching from Cambodia, my friends. She's Australian born and was at Azerbaijan, and then recently started working as a teacher in Cambodia and faithfully watches on. So she's on here. Chuggy's Grub was on here, and Marnie Straine. Should not win because you two share the same last name, and that's just not fair.
She has all the records. She has more records than me.
Yeah. And Ken, my dude Ken is on here. I'm the biggest fan. Please pick me. Ken, I love Ken. Ken is everything, everybody. Let me just tell you. That guy makes me laugh. I'm all the way in Colton.
Hey,
John,
but check this out. Look, you don't have to ship my records. I put together the hashtag Christmas package. You get all the songs, a music video, and all Icky has to do is email it.
Yep.
Or send you the link.
Yep. And we've got that already. Okay. So you guys see it. And Annie just popped up on here. She said I said Azerbaijan correctly for the first time ever in my life, which was accidental. I accidentally said it correctly. So there you are. Josie's back up.
He was hit in the head before the show, and now he says Azerbaijan correctly.
I don't want to say it again. I've already pushed my luck, so I'm not going to say it again.
Say it 3 times fast.
No ways. All right, Jackie. I'm gonna let you start first.
Just pick a name, yes?
Yep, pick a name. You got it.
Ruby Meneses.
Yo, Ruby. Congratulations, Ruby.
Yes.
Ruby, this is what you got to do for me, Ruby. Go over to our One House Instagram page and DM me so that we're connected, and I will send you the digital package for Jackie's album. You got it. You're welcome. All right.
Digital package is so easy, man. You just send a text or an email. So good.
You know what, Kevin? We don't need to hear that. Kevin!
You don't need a physical pencil or a CD.
Okay, Kevin, your turn. Give it to us.
I'm going to go with hashtag Christmas for me and choose Pastor Josie Asensio.
Oh, Josie! Woo! All right. right. Congratulations, Josie. You all, thank you so much for watching along with us. Thank you for rolling with me all through 2020. Josie, yes, you won. You don't have to keep going. Me. Yes, you. you already got it, girl. Yeah, you. All right.
I live across the hall from Josie.
Yeah. See, this is weird. It's weird how this world works. It's amazing. Thank you for all of you who've been rolling with me all year round. I'm looking forward to a really awesome new year together, and we're gonna have more music, more artists, more people speaking inspiration, creativity, and goodness into the world. So I want to invite you, if you haven't already, please subscribe to our YouTube channel. Jump onto youtube.com/OneHouseSoCal and subscribe. Follow us and share and like, and we'll just keep rolling until the wheels fall off. I do want to thank my two amazing guests today who've closed out 2020 for all of us. Kevin, thank you so much. Jax, you are awesome. Thank you so much.
It's a pleasure.
Thanks, Kevin.
Yeah, you guys have really inspired us. As we close out today, we didn't do our Love One, Leave One because we ran out of time. But as we close out today, I would like to ask both of you to close out for us. Could you share something inspiring message for those watching along, or who may be catching this in a little while, about life and about life?
So just to make sure we're clear about life, basically.
About life.
Just checking.
Bring it to us, Kevin. Inspire us, my bro.
You know what? I would say this about life. Occasionally, I'm going around doing chores, applying for jobs, writing music, whatever it is, and someone will pop into my head. And I'll think to myself, I haven't thought about that person in a while. I wonder why just now I'm thinking about that fun memory we had or that conversation we shared, whatever it was. And I take that moment to pray for that person because it occurred to me just who they are in my brain. I want to pray for that person. And then I follow up and I send that person a text or an email or contact them on social media. And I think that's a really great practice to get into because I think we take for granted the fact that, not everyone has someone that checks up on them. Mm-hmm. And so if someone pops in your head, it may or may not be for a reason. I don't know what you believe, but treat it like it's for a reason and follow up with that person and pray for him. That's what I recommend.
That's awesome.
Thank you, Kev. Jax, take us home, sis.
I love that, Kevin. I would say to people, show love and live with hope. That's what I would leave with.
Right on. There you have it, my friends. Thank you again for joining us on this Tuesday Tea Time. Jackie, thank you so much. Kevin, thank you so much. Josie and Ruby, make sure that you jump onto our Instagram over DM One House, and we'll make sure that you get the digital package for the amazing music that these two are putting out. For the rest of you, you don't have to miss out. You could just go straight to their websites and get it yourself. Yeah. Yes. Like, go purchase, because the music is good. Support these artists and all the amazing things they're doing. And Josie and Ruby, I know that you're getting them already, but go on there and buy some of their other stuff. There's some great music out there. It's inspiring. It's encouraging. And I'm signing off for this year, but I'll see all of you guys in the new year next week. Until then, my friends, stay safe, stay blessed, and be a good neighbor. Thanks, Jax. Thank you, Kevin. You guys are mind-blowing.
#Christmas.
#Christmas. Love you guys. Be safe. God bless you all. Thank you for joining us Tuesday Tea Time. We'll see you in the next year.